Unlucky Jim. It didn't take long for Jim to realise that the news he was being fed on a daily basis had taken a turn for the worse. Wherever he looked, he could see the telltale signs of the doom and gloom looming close by. In response, Jim, who was a prudent person by nature, thought it wise to take precautions given the circumstances. Therefore, whenever he went out, he wore a mask to protect himself from the scary things he could see and from the even more alarming things he couldn't see, but knew were floating in the air around him. On top of this, and in accordance with what he had been told to do by those who really knew what was going on, he also tried his best to keep away from other people. Inevitably, though, when he was out and about, he would have the occasional misfortune to stumble across other human beings, whereupon he would behave in an increasingly strange and irrational manner. As time went by, Jim's instinctive cautiousness gradually grew into something more unnerving. More and more often, he would have the sensation that he was walking on a shaky tightrope, not knowing if at any moment he might fall into the abyss below. In addition, lurking in almost every nook and cranny wherever he went, he felt there were endless dangers inexorably closing in on him. Not only that, but he also began imagining bizarre things and peculiar characters. Not surprisingly, his dreams were filled with similarly outlandish nocturnal visions. With good reason, Jim suspected there was a rational explanation for these unsettling fabrications of his mind. He was certain that they were subconscious projections that emanated from the deluge of bad news that he had unwittingly absorbed over all the recent years. Furthermore, Jim was convinced about another important thing: that life was becoming ever more surreal, both on the inside and on the outside. Undiminished by the disturbing panorama he found around him, Jim remained an optimist at heart. In fact, Jim was a self-confessed wishful thinker who admitted having lived his entire life in the comfort zone. And so, in spite of often feeling confused, helpless, and even expecting the worst eventuality to come out of the recent troubling times, Jim still held on to the tenuous hope that everything would turn out all right in the end, just as he had always been led to believe. Alas, regardless of his best intentions and most blissful ignorance, poor deluded Jim was destined to be unlucky. because in the final analysis, there's no one more blind than he who refuses to see. Or, as Mark Twain sagely put it, denial ain't just a river in Egypt.